Hello, and welcome to NeptuneWasher.com question of the day. Today's question reads, I have a Neptune MAH4000. It goes through the wash and tumbles just fine. The water drains, but then instead of spinning, it continues to tumble. Clothes come out very wet. The lock light is on, and I checked the R11 resistor on the board, and it seems fine. So I don't think it is the common issue of the wax motor malfunction burning out the R11 resistor. Also, the problem started last weekend. I pulled the washer out from the wall, took off the back panel, but couldn't find the source of the problem. I put it back together and it worked just fine. So I thought maybe it was a fluke. I went to use it again today and the problem reoccurred. Okay, this is Jeff with NeptuneWasher.com, and let's talk about this little question here. Let's go to the next slide. And we'll take a look at the door latch. This is the door latch assembly right here. And this is on the standalone front loader, not the stacker version. But if you look right here, this wax motor has the brown tip. And if you haven't changed your wax motor, especially on a standalone, you have the bad wax motor, and I recommend you replace it ASAP. If it has not been replaced, you've got the bad one. So, and it will fail. Now this has the brown tip right here. You see that? Now over here, what happens, this plunger pushes out like this, and this all scoots over, and then it hits the switch. Now see, this is a picture I've got where someone jammed a little piece of plastic in there to keep this switch. This is a micro switch, and that's what causes the machine to spin. This is a micro switch as well, but all this one does is turn on the door lock light. So if this one comes on, that means you're getting some travel on this lock mechanism, but it hasn't reached this second micro switch yet. And what I like to do there is this little Z-clip spring. You take that Z-clip spring out and you expand it, and then you carefully reinstall it, because if this wax motor scoots over to the left at all, it won't have enough reach to hit this micro switch, and it will not spin, and it'll just sit there and tumble the clothes back and forth because it's waiting to get that switch, enable switch right here. Okay, the next picture, this shows the new wax motor. See, it's got the black tip, and this is the one you want. Those are have proven to be reliable. I don't know of any out in the field that's failed where it burnt the R11 and the Q6. So you want the black tip. And then next we'll look at the control board. This one's been replaced. This is the R11, and then here's the Q6 right here. That's the triac. It's like a switch. That's what controls the power to the wax motor. So this board has been replaced. And this is located behind the timer on the standalone washers. And on the stacker, it's located above the dryer in the top right corner. So you got to take the dryer door off to get to it. And you can actually pull the board out. And you want to mark your connectors. You can see these are marked here. Someone wrote the number on them so you don't get them mixed up. And then the next one, here's the solution. Number one, you want to remove and expand the Z-spring on the left side of the wax motor to get the machine spinning again. And another thing you can try is swap those two micro switches. Sometimes that right micro switch gets oxidation on the contacts and it won't get a good enough signal to the control board. So you can try to swap those two micro switches if the expanding the Z-spring does not work. Number two, I would highly recommend ordering a new wax motor from NeptuneWasher.com and then to replace it, because it will fail if you've got the brown tip. Number four, tell all of your family and friends that have Neptunes about the door latch wax motor issue on all timer-based Neptunes. So if you have a timer on the stacker or the standalone, you've got a wax motor. Now some of the standalone on the stackers, they shipped with the right wax motor. So if you have a later model stacker, you might have the new wax motor with the black tip. Because if you proactively replace that wax motor, you'll prevent the failure. And so for 20 bucks, you can replace it and not have to worry about that R11 Q6 burning out. Okay, if you have any other questions, please send them to neptunewasher@gmail.com, and I'll make you a video on your solution. Again, that's neptunewasher@gmail.com. Thank you.